So now by this point, I'm sure everyone is aware of just how bad things have gotten in the real economy. Sri Lanka has never really faced a set of crises so severe or multidimensional in recent times. When we spoke briefly before, you described yourself as an optimist. So I'd like to expand on that, but within the context of what many people, myself included, believe that the set of economic outcomes we see right now is largely policy driven. I don't know if you agree, but and obviously exacerbated by external issues. But policy can be changed or reversed. So how does an optimist go about doing that sort of thing?
Well, I'm an optimist in the sense that Sri Lanka is a small country and it doesn't take much to turn around the fortunes of Sri Lanka. The reason I say this is I was really a great pessimist when in the period from 1989 onwards, when there were two civil wars in the country. I mean, there was the LTT problem in the north and the east, and then the JVP problem in the south. We had many lockdowns, we had power cuts, it was very difficult to move around. And I thought, what am I doing? You know, I mean, how can I be setting up institutions in this environment when people don't have power or energy, and there's so much killing going on at that time. And I was very negative, but I learned to be positive by actually the environment and the activities of this President Premadasa.
Okay.
Where, I mean, I was skeptical that he could achieve anything. When the 200 garments program began, I was skeptical again, like a good academic, that we don't know the real world. So we only think about theories, and theoretically I thought, how is this possible that this is going to result in anything positive? But in front of my eyes, I saw this incredible transformation taking place. So much so that on two occasions, I was kicked off a plane, not for bad behavior, but because the economy class was full of business people, all coming to Sri Lanka, wanting to set up some business or another in Sri Lanka, because the whole environment had changed, very conducive to business. And it was so fast. It was so fast, Kusum. I mean, that is something I still have to pinch myself about, because I remember I did a roadshow for Smith Newcourt. No, sorry, Asia Capital. And I asked them before we left, do you really think people are that interested? I mean, have they heard of us in Europe? And yes, they had already had sellout presentations. And part of the reason I asked them if they were sure is because at that time I had a terrible flu and I didn't want to travel anywhere, but they insisted, and everywhere we went, people were so interested because of this dynamic transformation of the economy. And fundamental to that was the industrialization process. Now, I had so many investors that pinpointed the industrialization, because they knew from the experience of the East Asian countries that there was a lot of money to be made investing in any country following the East Asian tigers. You see, so I had one or two very, very high-valued Swiss investors ask me privately to send them more information on manufactured exports. They wanted to see this growth dynamism that I kept talking about. I mean, I showed a few charts, but I said I had many more. And they wanted proof of that. And after I sent them, I was told that they also put quite a bit of money into the Sri Lankan markets, also the new issues and so on. So, selling Sri Lanka is not difficult, and getting money is not difficult if you have the correct policies, and everybody knows what those policies are. Everyone knows. I mean, actually investors know. So we as economists, we tend to say, oh, you should have a balanced budget. you should control the money supply, you should do this and that. No. They're actually only interested in one thing: show me the profits.
Right.
I want to see profitable industrial activity which is export oriented, because there are no limits to the growth then.